Happy Friday, everyone. It's the weekend, almost here. I know this week just flew by for me. Maybe because it was the short week because of President's Weekend, but I feel like I had so much to do and I got nothing done. But that's okay. I guess I have, there's always next week. So welcome to my Friday Live series where I will cover all things related to nutrition and autoimmune disease. Today I'm breaking down the difference between the Mediterranean diet and the Paleo diet. I'm covering these because it is still Heart Health Month, and both eating patterns can benefit your heart. So it's just a question of which one is right for you. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Annie Rubin. I am a registered dietitian nutritionist and owner of Annie Rubin Nutrition. It's a private practice that I run now virtually out of my home in California. So I work with mostly with adults struggling with a host of symptoms from underlying inflammatory and immune conditions and autoimmune conditions, sorry. Most of these symptoms include pain, fatigue, digestive challenges, and basically an overall reduced quality of life. So when I work with my clients, I help them implement what I call a personalized nutrition roadmap, designed to improve mobility, concentration, boost your energy levels, and to ultimately have that life that you want to have and be happy and active and healthy. Okay, so before I dive into my discussion, has anyone tried either the Mediterranean or Paleo diet? So you can, type in the comments what you've done and let me know. And you can even, comment on what you thought about either one and how it's made you feel. So before I jump in, I always attach my disclaimer that this video is for informational purposes only. It does not substitute the diagnosis, treatment, or care of disease by a medical provider. Please consult your qualified health professional for any changes to your medical care. Okay, so I'm first going to start off talking about the Mediterranean diet. So what is this? So this way of eating has been around since the 1960s. People started to notice that coronary heart disease was much lower in countries located in the Mediterranean. So we think of like Italy and Greece and Spain, as compared to the United States and Europe. So this diet essentially follows the eating patterns of those that live in this region of the world. So what does that include? It includes fruits and vegetables. It includes whole grains, nuts and seeds, healthy fats from monounsaturated sources. So think of like your olive oil and your nuts. Proteins that include lots of seafood, beans, egg, and poultry. And then limited amounts of low-fat dairy and limited red meat. So along with the food, which is the major part of the diet, it includes, important social aspects such as sharing meals with others, drinking red wine, and being physically active. So what does the research tell us about this diet? So there have been many, like multiple hundreds of randomized controlled trials, which is kind of the gold standard of research, that show that this eating pattern reduces cardiovascular, both morbidity and mortality. It also reduces inflammation and oxidative stress. It can improve metabolic syndrome and diabetes by way of, weight loss and better blood sugar control. It has been shown to lower your blood pressure and improve your lipid profiles, so like your cholesterol blood panel. So that's the Mediterranean diet. Lots of great benefits from that. So now switching to the Paleo diet. So what is the Paleo diet? And, there's a lot of misconceptions about this diet, which I'm going to dive into in a minute. But first, Paleo is basically based on the eating patterns of those, it tries to mimic, what hunter and gatherers ate during the Paleolithic era. So it has also been called the caveman diet or the Paleolithic diet. If you want to search those, especially in research, it's usually called the Paleolithic diet. So this diet includes vegetables, fruits, nuts, and seeds, lean meats with an emphasis on, grass-fed, wild game, and organ meats, fatty fish like salmon, tuna, mackerel, sardines, and other seafood, and then oils from fruits or nuts like olive, avocado, and walnut. So again, this sounds very similar to the Mediterranean diet. However, this diet excludes all grains, all beans and legumes, all dairy products, and any sort of like processed food. So it excludes refined sugar, it excludes salt, and then also white potatoes are kind of thrown in there too. Okay, so here are my thoughts on paleo. People go wrong when they assume that it's all about meat. You do this and you're totally missing the point. To eat a diet that is nutrient dense and anti-inflammatory for both autoimmune and heart health, you must include vegetables. So if you think about it too, hunter and gatherers probably didn't eat a ton of meat. It's hard to catch. It takes a lot of energy to hunt. And the success rate of actually killing a large animal was probably pretty low. So they gathered berries, root vegetables, wild plants. That's where a lot of their sustenance came from. So, what does research show on, the paleo diet? So there unfortunately haven't been a lot of, high quality studies done on the paleo diet. There have been some smaller studies that have shown improvements in weight, blood pressure, insulin resistance, so like your blood sugar management, and also lipid profiles. In a large review study, they did find that the paleo diet helped reduce weight, it helped improve blood pressure, and reduced CRP, which is an inflammatory marker that's circulating. So that was reduced, and then it also did improve lipid profiles. However, a lot more randomized controlled trials are needed on a larger scale to prove the efficacy of this diet. So, that being said, between the two, which is better? As I always say, nutrition is not a one-size-fits-all approach. So both of these diets or these eating patterns have the potential to reduce inflammation and protect your heart. So here are my thoughts. The paleo diet is a more restrictive form of the Mediterranean diet. Clearly, because you're taking out grains and beans and dairy. So that can be really challenging for some people. Both emphasize fruits and vegetables and lean proteins and healthy fats. The Mediterranean diet does include gluten and dairy, which can be inflammatory for people with autoimmune diseases. And then the paleo is obviously a little bit more challenging to follow, and especially if you eat your meals out, it can be difficult to find things to eat. So if you're not sure which one to try, I always say, start with the least restrictive, right? So start with the Mediterranean way of eating, start cutting out your processed foods, reduce the amount of red meat that you eat, focus on low-fat dairy every once in a while. But if your symptoms are not improving, then I would maybe switch to paleo or kind of, slowly eliminate down till you feel better. So just to recap, today we talked about the major differences and similarities between the Mediterranean and paleo diets. Both can help reduce inflammation and both can protect your heart. It's kind of a question of which one makes you feel better and which one is doable for your lifestyle too. That's also an important component of, how you eat is it has to really fit in your lifestyle. So for those of you who would like more help managing your autoimmune disease, digestive issues, or just reducing inflammation, I would love to chat with you. I do offer free 15-minute discovery calls to chat more about your goals. So you can go to my website. You can go to my link in my Instagram bio for more information about how to reach me. I also have a new freebie that I'm offering to, all of my followers. It's the Autoimmune Supplement Guide for Joint Pain. The best part about this is it links to my protocol in Fullscript, which is a supplement dispensary where you can get all of these very high quality supplements at 10% off. So check that out. Again, you'll find it in my link in my bio or on my website. And then lastly, you can also sign up for my weekly newsletter. I put out a lot of great information on managing inflammation with food and lifestyle. So again, link in my bio, try it. You can unsubscribe anytime. You won't hurt my feelings. So thank you so much for joining me today. Catch me next week, same time, to learn more about another interesting link between food and autoimmune disease and inflammation. Have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you next Friday.